Welcome back. This is the continuation. This is part two. Enjoy. Prayer. Prayer changes things. Believe me, you. 4. A. Increase your faith. My faith walk has been so increased lately. I've walked in faith. Now there are some things that I'm still dealing with. But in the word it says faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains, right? So me saying, okay, I got that faith the size of a mustard seed, but I wonder what would happen if I increased that size, to the size of a cantaloupe, to the size of a watermelon, to the size of a building. Just imagine what you can do with that much faith, and knowing that our God can do whatever it is, right? So I increased my faith. That's 4 things already, right? Through this whole trial that I'm going through, right? Number 5, I've learned, hey, I have to work on being happy for me, not relying on my spouse for my happiness. And a lot of you do that. A lot of you rely on your spouse for your happiness. They're not meant to make you happy. They're not built to make you happy. Yes, being with them should increase, your happiness tenfold. Yes, of course. That's your spouse. But you can't rely on another person who may not be happy that day to make you happy that day. You have to be happy for you. You have to learn how to make you happy, because nobody else can do it. Nobody can make you happy but you. So me leaning on God and making sure that Calvin's happy for Calvin. I'm not singing no sad songs. I'm not excuse me, I'm not crying. I'm happy. I have so much joy in my heart. It's ridiculous. I think through this whole thing I cried one time, and it wasn't because of my wife left. It was because of I just felt so overwhelmed with just joy. I woke up and I was like, okay, I had a dream. And I had a dream about my wife, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to the restroom. I went to the restroom, and then I came out and washed my hands, and then I heard, get on your knees. And I got on my knees and I started praying, and as soon as I opened my mouth and started praying, Yolanda Adams came on. And I was like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as she started singing, it was almost like she was talking in my ear, y'all. Almost like she was talking in my ear. And I was like, why this song? The song was what is the song? Sheesh. I'm gonna find it, y'all. But when I find it, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just let y'all know what it is, But I was like, why? You know what I'm saying? I was like, why? But it's a very oh, the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. That song filled my heart with so much joy, because it was just confirmation that, hey, I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And I can hear it, I can just hear it, it's clear as day. And it's an older song, of course, but just me hearing, there's no pain that Jesus can't feel. There's no hurt that he cannot heal. All things work according to his perfect will. No matter what you're going through, remember, God is using you, for the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. And then when I'm getting chills now, y'all, and getting so much joy that I'm starting to feel them, that them tears well up, and just for me, like, I don't want to cry on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, just hearing the words, just repeating it back to myself, y'all don't understand how much joy it brings me to know that, hey, I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the battle ain't mine. The enemy would try to trick you and make you believe that you're doing the wrong thing. You don't even understand how many times I ask questions to, different people, my granny, my mom, my auntie, or whoever else, and saying, am I doing the right thing? This is something that I've never done before, y'all. Never. Every time I done something, I did it because of I wanted my wife back or because of it was for my wife. Look, let's move past it because I don't want to get choked up, y'all. But number 5, man, be happy for you. Number 6, sixth thing that I learned. Your offspring, your child, your baby, right? Whether it's a girl or a boy, they need you more than anything else in the matter of a separation, right? So whoever left, if the situation is a little different now, if y'all just separated and ain't no other man or woman in the picture or anything like that, then I can understand. But take care of your responsibility. Men especially. Hey, take care of your responsibility. I have a 12-year-old. Just turned 12 a couple days ago. January 22nd, 2021, my baby turned 12. The big 1-2, right? She's a preteen. Now, I decided to step up to the plate. Why? Because of, certain situations just wasn't sitting well with me, and then my daughter didn't sit well with her as well, and I didn't want her to be in harm's way. Not saying that my wife will put my daughter in harm's way, but sometimes we get blinded. We put on our blinders, right? To where we're just seeing like this, like the horses, right? And you can't see to the left or to the right because of all you can see is straight. All you can see is this man in your view or this woman in your view that you put there. Is it right? Not at all. You're married, right? So you're not supposed to go out and do things like that. But with that being said, I've been through situations to where my own parent had blinders on, and instead of looking at your children and what's going on left and right, so many stupid things happen because of all you're doing is paying attention to this man or woman that you're trying to please. It's nothing against anybody, against no one. I have no hard feelings or anything else towards my wife whatsoever. I still love my wife a great deal, and I know that she loves me a great deal as well. But I know that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy 100%. And as soon as I opened my mouth on December 27th and said, for my New Year's resolution, I don't want to lose no weight or anything like that, man. I want my relationship with God to grow. I want my faith to increase. I want my walk to be exactly the way that He wants it to be. All of a sudden, all hell broke loose. All of a sudden, on the 30th, 3 days later, my wife dipped. She took my daughter. I prayed about it. God, please just keep my daughter safe. Guess what? 3 days later, my daughter ends up with me. All of this that happens, man, it all happens for a reason. But let me not get into a story. That was what, 6? Number 7 thing, and I'll stop it at 7, the number of completion. Let's go ahead and get that going. So number 7. So far we have, what do we have? So far we have self-control. Love yourself. I may not be in order, but love yourself. Prayer changes things. Increase your faith. Tell the truth. Right? Honesty. Making sure you take care of your offspring, your child, right? Okay, so that's all 6. Now, that's 6. Let's go 7. Okay. Number 7 thing that I've learned during this whole thing, right, is to let your spouse or your fiance, your boyfriend, whatever, if you want that relationship back, right, you have to let them make their own mistakes. You have to let them make their own choices. You have no control over them. There is nothing that you can do to stop them from doing what they're doing. You can beg, you can plead, you can get on your knees, you could give a wedding ring. I don't know. After all these years, man, I understand. Look, it doesn't work. The person that you are with, when they are out to do whatever they want to do, when they put their mind to it and they're about to go, you can't stop them. They already made up their mind. There's absolutely zero you can do to stop them. Let them make their own choices. Don't try to control them. You have no control over them at all. They're not a child at all. Even if you're married to them, hey, you don't own them. In the Bible, it says that that man and that woman are joined as one, right? You become one flesh, one mind, one body, one spirit, right? Your wife is a part of you, right? Flesh of my flesh. That's what my wife is to me, right? But I have no control at the end of the day of what she does. She is an individual. Sometimes that individual could be led by other individuals who don't want them to be happy, but they don't understand that. Sometimes somebody could say something to them to egg them on leaving or doing whatever, just doing bad, right? No, go do this, go girl, go get under a new man, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? All these things, right? Not realizing that this person doesn't want you to be happy. They don't like the fact that you're married. They want a life just like you have, but they don't want you to have it. Why? Because they want you to be ran down and ran out like them. 100%. There's a lot of people out here that don't make the right choices. Nobody's perfect, right? Let's add that into number 7 too, because that's another thing I learned. We are not perfect people. There are going to be mistakes made. There are going to be choices that you are not going to agree with, right? Made by either yourself or the other person. Right? It hurts. It does. But not being perfect. We're not built perfect. Not at all. We're not made perfect. There's decisions that are made and everything else that are not the best decisions and choices that we should be making. But we make them. And then when we turn left instead of going right, we bump our heads and then we got to push ourselves up, dust ourselves off and say, ooh, my bad, I messed up. Right? That all goes together, all right? You cannot control the situation. You cannot control the person, all right? I stopped communicating with my wife so much. We still have communication, but I don't text her. I don't call her. Whatever she has going with this guy, let it happen. I know a lot of people out here, they're not going to agree with me, but I'm like, look, think of this, okay? In any relationship, right? I don't care if you're married, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, baby mama, baby daddy, whatever, right? Whatever you have going on. When that other person chooses to go to somebody else or be with somebody else, what do? You step out of the way, right? Those individuals who jump in the way and they start to run after the person and try to chase or whatever, which we are not built and meant to do. I'm not a dog. My wife is not a cat. I am not built to run and chase after my wife. And for those of you who want to challenge me on that and say, hey, no, yeah, you are, prove it to me. Show me where that's supposed to happen. Because that definitely is not supposed to happen. See, I don't have to chase you. You don't have to chase me. Now, when we're together, we're together. When we are not, we are not. Now, do I think that in a separation, you should go out and date other people and everything else being married? No, because of having sex with anybody else, whether you're separated or together, you're still married, right? You're still married, which means now you're committing adultery, which is a sexual sin, which means you did not abstain from, harming yourself, your own body. You did not stop and think and say, hey, let me not do this because of it's a sin. Now, we all sin daily. But it's when we get up and we understand that we sin daily and we ask God for forgiveness. But when you continue to do the same sin over and over and over and over again, what have you learned? What are you learning? Nothing. You're giving your body to someone else who did not deserve it. You're giving your body to someone who did not put a ring on it. Beyonce said if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it, right? Why are you giving the whole cow away when the store should, why? He gave you nothing. Zero. She gave you nothing. Zero. We're so quick to think with what's downstairs to where we just miss it. Don't mess up your blessings. Don't miss your blessings. Giving up what you shouldn't be giving up. Ladies, your body is a temple. The people that you let in your body, they're everything that they had going on with them gets attached to you. You start to go through the things that they went through. It's called soul ties, right? Because you gave away something you shouldn't have gave up. Women, stop letting these men run off in you like that. Condom or not, don't do that. It takes down your worth. Be worth more than just a sexual trip in the bed. Be worth more. Get more out of life. Men, put some worth to your life. Stop just saying, oh no, I'm going to hit this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do, oh, look at her butt, look at this, look at that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. Believe me, I used to be that way. Why? What worth are you gaining from doing that? What worth? What question of the day. What are you worth? And I'm not talking about in gold or money or whatever, but what are you worth? Tell me that. Go ahead and comment below what you're worth. When it comes down to just all of that, what are you worth? Did you go out and sleep with Carrie, Michelle, Ashley, and Jada? Huh? That just took down your worth right there. Are you married to any of these women? You're not. Women, you went out and gave it up to Justin, Jay Bree, and all these other dudes, right? Are you married to these individuals? Okay. You just took down your self-worth. So, with all this being said, man, these are the 7 things I learned. Now, I'm going to definitely do another video because there's a lot more that I've learned, obviously, throughout this, short, not even 30 days yet. But I'm going to keep you guys updated. Yes, I did make a whole bunch of other videos, but this one right here is the one that's going on YouTube. Just so you guys can watch it. You guys can see it. So you guys can kind of just, keep a record or whatever. Or, this may help someone else, what I'm saying, down the line. Like, I watch a lot of self-help stuff on YouTube, especially dealing with marriages and, how to deal with a person who left and, how to deal with, a spouse who, went out and had sex with somebody else or, currently left you for somebody else. Like, I look at stuff like that, of course. Does it do anything for me? Sometimes. I mean, there's always little hidden gems in videos or whatever, but it's nothing like going to your Bible. To this right here. It's nothing like going to this. The Holy Bible. You dig? I keep this near to me. And if I don't have the paperback, it's definitely on my phone. But I just want to keep you guys encouraged today. If you're going through anything that I'm going through, right? If it seems like it's the same way, even if your spouse didn't leave and you just suspect something or whatever the case may be, it's never a late time to talk to your spouse. It's never too late to, actually get it together, get it right, talk to each other. But those 7 things are 7 things that I actually apply now, right? Start applying that to your life. Get your self-worth back. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it won't hurt if something like that goes on, but your self-worth is just your worth is worth its weight in gold when you know who you are and whose you are. You know what I'm saying? I belong to him. I belong to the Almighty King. I belong to God. You dig? So with me knowing that, ain't nothing that can bring me down. Ain't nothing that's gonna make me hurt like that. Yeah, it hurts temporarily, but I pray, I get down on my knees and I ask God to heal me quickly. Just like that. You guys stay encouraged. And pray for me as I pray for you.